I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Kaige.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Come join in on our conversation.
Come on.
Hey, everybody. My name is Sammy, and I am the sales manager here at Kaige Kubota.
I'm Jackson Ransom. I'm an outside sales.
What's going on? I'm Jacoby. I'm one of the other outside sales reps.
And I'm Callie. I'm just here to mediate this conversation, make sure they don't kill each other. So, as a company, it's always our goal to make the buying experience as seamless as possible for customers. So, Sammy, what do you think is the most important thing a customer should know when they're buying a piece of equipment?
I think it's definitely most important for them to know what they want to do with it. They don't necessarily have to have a size, but definitely the goal that they have in mind that they want this piece of equipment to do, not only currently, but also future. If they intend on having horses a couple years down the road and they don't want to come in and trade in their tractor, that's something that you do need to let your sales rep know so that way we can best fit your current needs, but also your future needs.
For sure.
But also what implements kind of you want as well, because that's going to better help us size you into the right tractor depending on what size you of implements you want also.
Yeah. So we have lots of amazing equipment out here at Kaige Kubota, but what do you think is one feature that makes GMG or Kubota equipment, whatever product we carry, stand above the rest?
Well, on our Kubotas, we have our telematics to where our customer can look deep into their equipment where if it's needing service or what's going on with the machine, they know anything and everything, so they don't have to come to us if they don't need to. That also helps us out to where if the customer is not realizing it's needing the service, we're also able to reach out to them, let them know that it needs service or something's going wrong to where they can have a good longevity with their machine.
Yeah, definitely. And it gives us the opportunity to check out the dashboard and see, hey, we've got some customers with some services coming up. Let's make sure we have the proper parts in stock, too.
Right.
And the really cool other side to that is that on telematics, if it's throwing any kinds of codes or anything, you can call us and let us know, and we can see that code that it's throwing and ultimately diagnose it without having to go and see the machine. So that also saves a lot as far as travel expenses and diagnostic fees.
And worst case, if a unit was to happen, get stolen,
Yes.
That's another cool feature is we can, lock that unit down and also pinpoint where the unit's at.
I think that's probably the most important
Oh, yeah.
aspect at where we're at.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but yeah.
So I know y'all are part of our sales team, but after the sale is also a very important part of what we do here at Kaige Kubota. So Jacoby, what are kind of some key things on how we help customers after the sale?
We typically strive, after we get a piece of equipment out of here, we typically strive to, follow up with the customer, just making sure, the tractor, the CE piece of equipment we sold them, that they're getting the proper use out of it. Everything's running fine, and just, their experience. You ask them about their experience here, and if they're enjoying the machine, really. And then, the biggest thing we strive here between our sales team and even any department is customer service, customer satisfaction. Did we do our job to make sure we got the customer in the right piece of equipment?
For sure. Make sure we have the right parts in stock so that they can keep their machine running and keep it good on the job site.
That's right.
And with that, we fully recognize the fact that we sell the first one and the rest of our team sells the next couple. So we want you to come back, they want you to come back, and they're how we get you back.
Here at Kaige Kubota, we've been blessed over the years with some great customers. But Sammy, what has been your most favorite customer interaction thus far?
I don't know if I can chop it down to just one, because there has been so many. But there is a particular family that has gotten to come. I sold the first one to them and fought really hard to get this deal because, they had a relationship with somebody else, and that's fine. I understand that and respect that. But I really had to prove myself. And since then, he's came back and purchased several pieces of equipment from me. His dad has came back and purchased several pieces of equipment from me. Throughout that, his uncle, and each time, they bring in different family members, and I've gotten to meet the wife, and the kids, and so those things are amazing. I think that's just an awesome part of the experience. But also, the texts that I get of just how excited everybody is whenever they purchase their piece of equipment. Or also just recently we got to go and surprise one of our customers for his birthday. The wife set it up, and we got to show up on his doorstep with his RTV. So that was really fun. It's just really gratifying to see the smile on our customers' faces whenever they get these tractors that they've been dreaming of having since they were just little. So that's probably my most favorite part.
Yeah, definitely cool.
Yes.
Awesome.
So we know that our goal at Kaige Kubota is to always provide the best customer service possible. But Jackson, tell us about a time where you feel like you went above and beyond the call of duty for a customer.
The trailer. Sorry.
I was about to. You interrupted my
So
sentence
sorry.
here. Thank
So
you.
sorry.
But there was a couple that I sold a tractor and a trailer to. They ended up having some issues on their way out to their ranch, and he called me. It was late evening, about 5 o'clock when we were closing, and he was stuck on the side of the road and had nobody else to call. So I was able to hook up to a trailer, go meet him, get his tractor put on the new trailer, get him sent on his way, so they could go have family time down at their ranch and get to play with their new tractor and their shredder and get some work done they've been trying to do. So that was a situation where we got out there and we were able to help our customer get to their destination and make sure everything was good with them.
Yeah.
How far of a drive was that for you?
It was 3.5 hours each way.
Whew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was out there, but we got them taken care of. They got to go have their family time at the ranch and play with their tractor.
Yeah.
Did they invite you to the ranch after that?
They did not.
Dang.
I didn't get to go have fun. I got to drive back and bring the other trailer back. But it's okay.
Or the shop.
It would be cool.
Some of our customers have been, it's been their first time that they're purchasing a piece of equipment from us. So sometimes they're unsure about what they should be purchasing or what they need for their projects and stuff. So, how do you kind of walk a customer through that process on if they're unsure on what they need?
A lot of it, what we really do, like Sammy said earlier, we kind of, when the customer comes in, they either know what they want or they have no idea. So whenever they don't have any idea, we typically ask, well, first, are you going to be using this personal use, business use? And then second, what are you going to get out of it? Or what are you wanting to get out of it? Whether it's a piece of farm equipment, like a tractor and your implement, what's your end goal? Are you wanting to eventually have livestock or other stuff? Or if it's a piece of CE equipment, like, what are you going to be lifting all day in and day out? What are you going to be hauling with? So those are little questions we like to. That way we can narrow it down, and then typically, once we are able to pull up or show them, the piece of equipment in person, and actually show them the functions and what these different things mean and everything, typically that helps us iron out to what kind of, we got a X amount of products we can dive in. Let's try out and see what fits their needs too.
For sure.
I think the most important part of that too is getting them in the seat, because they think that they want a particular size. They sit down and they're like, oh, this is a little intimidating. This is bigger than I thought. Or vice versa. They're like,
it's too
this
small.
is it? Like, this is itty bitty. So.
Yeah. And really, whenever they come here and they actually get to drive the machine, they're like, whoa, I could use a little bit more power. Oh, I want this function, or I want the cruise control. I like that, or a lot of times, hydrostatic's a big thing just for, guys come in, they want to be able to operate and get everything they need to do. But, if their wife gets bored on the weekends or wants to go, play around, they can jump in it easy, no problem. Same thing with kiddos, too. So. And
it's kind of fun to watch, because, like, when they come in and they have their mindset on a particular tractor and they go and drive it, and then you put them in the size, you put them in the size where you think that they need to be, and if you get it right, you'll just see their face kind of light up, and they just kind of fall in love with it as they're driving it around. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Do you guys have, any piece of advice for a customer watching this video today and they've never purchased a piece of equipment? What's kind of some research maybe that they should do before even coming here?
To be fair, I feel like the best advice I could do is don't research. Stay off of YouTube, stay off of those things, because you go in with the mindset, and it makes that much harder for a salesman to steer you away from that if they don't feel like that's suited for you. So my suggestion would be to go in, to talk to somebody, build a relationship with somebody that you trust. That's going to help a whole lot. So that way then, they give you advice, they lead you to a certain one, then go home and research that.
Right.
And watch those things, and then figure out if that's, first you're not only building the trust with your salesman, because you're going to figure out real quick if they know what they're talking about and they're being truthful with you. But second, they're going to, you get to go home and watch those YouTube videos and see them doing those exact same things that you want to with the correct machine.
Yeah.
And kind of see it all come together that
I feel like
way.
that's good for product features and learning a little bit more about it, but I mean, you're operating these pieces of equipment, so you physically have to be here, jumping on it to figure out what it's going to do and if it's going to work for what you need it for.
Right.
And nobody's ever complained about buying too big of a tractor. It's always the vice versa. It's always, I bought too small of a tractor. I can't pick up this amount of weight that I thought I could with this. So that's why we really strive to try to tell them, like, hey, this is the max you're going to be able to do. Let's make sure you know these things before you make your decision.
Sure.
Yeah, and with that, I mean, the rule of thumb is generally you find a tractor you think you need, and then buy the next size up. So that way you don't get stuck in that situation.
Yeah.
Awesome. So now let's just have a little bit of fun. Jackson, who do you think on our sales team here at Kaige Kubota would be able to survive an apocalypse?
You can't say yourself.
I was going to be a little biased to say myself, but if I'm going to the next on sales team, I'm going to have to go Jacoby. He's probably going to be the one to survive. I'd give it to him. Sammy, I hate to vote you out already, but sorry, you're probably gonna be gone first. I'm gonna have to put that out there.
You're gonna be gone first because I'm gonna take you out. I hope I turn into a zombie. I'll take you both.
Take you both.
That's what you get.
So with the cost of vehicles nowadays, they're pretty steep. So you kind of need something that's a multi-use daily driver. So if you could pick one piece of equipment that we sell to be your daily driver, what would it be, Sammy?
I would probably definitely do the SVL 97 because then I can just push everybody else out of the way.
I like it.
Yeah,
Built like
I
a
can
tank.
see that being
Yep. Put a dozer blade on it.
Stay out of the way.
Them curves ain't got nothing on me at that point.
So, Jacoby, if you were the head of product engineering and design at Kubota, and you could name any piece of equipment after yourself, what would you name it, and what would that piece of equipment be?
I mean, that's easy. It'd have to be the SVL 97. Just because, I mean, it's built like a tank. Built like a tank, I mean. Big, bold, and strong. I mean, what more can you ask for, So,
it's a bold statement there.
It definitely have to be the
I mean,
SVL
if I
97.
were you, I'd strive for, a bigger, higher horsepower. But there's the difference.
I mean,
the U10 probably fits you. Small in size, but, can get some things done.
hey, either way, feel like a tank.
I like it. Thanks, everyone, for joining our Kaige TED Talk today, along with our coffee hour with our Kaige sales team. Join us next time for our coffee roundtable discussion.
Adios.
See y'all.
This.
Did you really